one off of my second album. And I must remember to introduce them because for like the last 10 shows I keep starting the song and they'll be like, oh my god, I'll introduce them. But while they're setting up, I'm just going to declare my absolute love for Alison Krauss. Do we have any Alison Krauss fans? Oh, there's lots tonight. Fantastic. So when I started this tour in England, in Europe and stuff like that, and whenever, I mean I love her so much, I like to let everyone know every night how much I love her. And in England and Europe, it was like 3 people knew who she was. Country music, just it's not really happening in England, I've got to be honest. I know, I agree. I agree. But I wasn't brought up listening to country music at all, and I first discovered it on my first tour with my first album, 19, when I was on tour. And I had this bus driver called B, who was amazing, who apparently doesn't drive buses anymore. Did you know that? I didn't tell you that. He doesn't do it anymore. Anyway, he stood around, sorry. Well, I had a bus for like one journey, and I was like, fuck this for the 3-year-old. I was like, I'm not going on tour bus for the 3-year-old, it's ridiculous. But we always used to be on the bus together, and we had a driver called B, and he used to have this amazing music that he would play up the front during the late night drives, and I used to smoke, so I used to have to go up the front to smoke. And I'd be like, oh, who's this, who's that? And one time he was playing Garth Brooks, and I was like, who's Garth Brooks? And he like literally pulled over and gave me a lecture. That's how much and I know who he is now. Oh my god, don't get me wrong, don't start spreading rumours that I don't know who he is, because I do. But at the time I didn't. So I spent in 10 years catching up on something that I love, but I didn't know that I loved. So my first introduction to Alison Krauss was the Raising Sand record that she did with T-Bone Burnett and Robert Plant. And it really is, that's a lot of woos, but you should all go listen to that album if you haven't heard it. Honestly, I swear to God, I think you'll love it. And so that was, it's a pretty good introduction, don't get me wrong, but obviously there's a lot more to her than that record. So I have made a point of my life ever since to make sure I catch up on everything I've ever missed. To the point where I have Google alerts, I news search her every day, check on fan websites what she's up to, or what the rumours might be, what she's up to. Basically, I am a stalker. That's basically what I am. And when we were organising this show, deciding what songs to do and how to do them and where to do them, I was like, maybe if we could just have one section where I could pretend I was a Krauss. That'd be awesome for me. Oh, awesome! How American am I? Awesome! Oi, oi! Everyone on the band and crew, they had to entertain it because it's my show, so obviously they had to do what I said. And so I was like, well, her band would normally be around her in a very gentle, subtle semicircle, which is why my band are around me in a very gentle semicircle. And this song that I'm going to do for you, it was 100% inspired by her. Not the topic, because the topic is about yearning for someone to come back. Then she might actually call 911. The topic is not about her, but it's definitely the most country-esque song.